Alrighty guys, so one thing on my channel that I really need to work on is making more recipe videos. Talk a lot about philosophy and spirituality, fasting, regeneration, Kundalini, things such as 46 and 2, things of that nature, the occult, you name it, health, herbalism, parasite detoxification, but there's a lot of room on this channel for improvement in relation to making recipe videos. So I wanted to share one little recipe that I like experimenting with. I've been using this. I just recently started adding the chia seeds. Normally I would make it without the chia seeds, but I do like mixing the activated charcoal with the chia seeds so that the chia absorbs some of the charcoal, and when this moves through your gut, it holds on to some of the charcoal and it moves through your system and brooms it. So just to make a brief little quick recipe video for people who are interested in experimenting with this, what I did is I took a mason jar, filled it with filtered water, and this mason jar has 2 pieces of Kishu Binchotan alkaline charcoal in there. The water sat for 8 to 12 hours, and I put it in this jar, or this little glass bottle here. I put 3 drops of the fulvic acid in there with the water. I put 10 drops of the Ionic Magnesium. I put a rounded half teaspoon of activated charcoal powder from earthshiftproducts.com, and I put 2 tablespoons of chia seed in there. And I shook it up really good. And when you make something like this with chia seeds, you don't want to drink it right off the bat. You want to let it sit for 20 to 30 minutes, and the chia seeds will really plump up and will be more mucilaginous. So again, this is a great recipe. I've been experimenting with this for years without the chia seeds, and now that I've added the chia seeds, I really do like the addition of these seeds. This drink does make me feel very active. It makes my mind very clear. It makes me feel very clean. And this is a great drink to drink just by default. Living here in this matrix, there's so many environmental pollution factors bombarding us on every angle. There are so many residues and parasites within the system, and that's why I like drinking activated charcoal at least 2 times a week if I have it. But I do only like consuming activated charcoal from earthshiftproducts.com. This is an activated coconut charcoal powder. It's a high pH ranging from 8.8 to about 9.2. And activated charcoal is a constituent that they will give you in the ER to negate poisons. If you know someone who, or if you ate a ton of pharmaceutical pills and someone wanted to kill themselves doing that, one of the things that they may or may not give you in the ER is a high dose of activated charcoal, because the activated charcoal absorbs all the poisons and you will live. It's a beautiful substance. It doesn't absorb, it adsorbs, ADSORB. It attaches to the poisons and carries them out so that you can eliminate it through the bowel into the toilet bowl. So again, I'll give you guys one more little run up on this recipe. Filtered water, you can use distilled. Any type of water will work essentially. However, you want to try to stay away from tap water. Do the best you can. If you don't have a ton of money to buy a distiller or reverse osmosis unit, a gravity fed filter, you name it, you can buy some of these Kishu Binchotan charcoal pieces and put them in a jar like this and put water in it and let it soak for 8 to 12 hours. I've done the experiments with it. It does make it taste much better. The water becomes more alkaline. You can't smell the chlorine, etc. One downside to the charcoal that I bought, though, is that the pieces broke, and according to my research, they're not supposed to. So I am going to try to return those and get some better wood. Out of every batch, apparently, there are some faulty pieces, and it looks like I may or may not have gotten some. I contacted some people, and they said that the charcoal pieces really shouldn't break. But regardless of that, it does work miraculously, and for $14, this is a great way to filter your water if you don't have a ton of money, again, to buy an expensive filtration unit or a distiller. So one more time, I put 2 to 3 drops of the fulvic acid in this water. I put a rounded half of a teaspoon of the activated charcoal, 10 drops of the Ionic Magnesium, and 2 tablespoons of chia seed. You can, if you want, you can use, instead of the fulvic acid, you can use half a teaspoon of the sodium bicarbonate instead of the fulvic acid, and you can interchange these. Dr. Kassar, you know, watching his channel, I saw him make this recipe and I started using it and I love it. And I've been experimenting with an activated charcoal potion for years, just consisting of the sodium bicarbonate and activated charcoal. But when I saw him adding chia seeds, the magnesium, and the fulvic, I experimented with it and I do like it. So I'm drinking this now once to 3 times a week and I really do like it. Again, it makes me feel great. You know, I could sit here and rant about these things all day, but it really is going to take some participation on your part if you want to experience what it's like to consume these tonics, these potions. So, on behalf of the Sacred Starseed Serpent Uraeus YouTube channel, I hope that this video can help inspire you to do something today for your health, whether it means starting a garden, buying heirloom food, starting a fast, you know, drinking things like hibiscus. Maybe you could start a little sprouting garden indoors. This is fenugreek, radish, and crimson clover sprouts. In a few days those will be nice and green and they'll start developing chlorophyll. So yeah, it's a brief little video. I also recommend for people to get on the Spring Dragon Longevity Tea and try to drink at least 3 cups of that a day. It's a little on the expensive side, but this is a miraculous tea. So I hope that helps, and until next time, peace be with you all.